Okay, second time making this video. This poor phone won't charge. And now it's saying I'm trying to start this video and I don't have editing like anything, so yeah. Anyways, the person that I'm trying to talk about is she's just been there. She was just there a lot of the times. And what was I talking about? This person that I'm trying to highlight and talk about, and obviously I am doing this for myself, but I would just hope to touch someone's life out there, and especially touch them in the way that she touched me, and she taught me just so many ways that people should be taking care of themselves. And I hope that I can make this video quick because it says like a certain amount of time on the other time that's eating up. But yeah, I guess we'll start by saying this person that I'm talking about is my godmother, and I did kind of I know like her grandson, and I kind of follow him and stuff, and I hope I haven't offended him by like trying to talk to him and stuff. I think he's still friends with me on Instagram, but or follow me or something like that on Instagram. But I just want to talk about the influence that she had on me, and the influence that I feel like in God she had, and just like how God was through this whole time, and just like honestly the moral of the story, and just the moral of like how she taught that we should be taught me to be taking care of myself, and like all of this stuff. Like, so my godmother's name is Christine, which that is not far from her role in God. I feel like all those times that I got to hang out with her, they felt like she was my like Elizabeth and I was her Mary, like in the Bible. And especially I always go back and watch the nativity. I think it's called the nativity scene, and it's just got Mary, and then it shows that Gabriel talked to her, and like all of this stuff, and just like just what am I trying to say? Just, because I guess what I'm thinking is Mary went to go stay with Elizabeth for those first 3 months that she was supposed to be pregnant with Yeshua. And she went to go visit Elizabeth, and Elizabeth also like kind of had a baby. I sometimes think like figuratively, what baby would she have been pregnant with? But like obviously I wouldn't be naughty, because that's what she didn't teach me how to do that. And I have a feeling she'd be like, oh well, that was your dad's influence. But I'm like, no, that was your influence too, because like my godmother was just such a great example of a great example of a virtuous woman, a warrior woman. She fought for herself, and I saw that she fought for herself, and she kind of fought for myself a little bit. And I remember like the parts that I could probably either cry about or just like be just so in love with is the amount of time she took to take care of me and just be the mother that I needed. And like, she took care of me, she bathed me, which at those times, like, I just wasn't bathed as much. And I think she saw that I didn't need to be neglected. I just needed to be taken care of, needless to say. And I think she saw that I just needed somebody just to tough love me and tell me go in the shower, or like she would just like be tough on me and just tell me like, go to the shower, and just like she just wanted me to always be clean, but that was just her. And I like to think of the word pristine because that was kind of her too. Her life, what am I trying to say? Not her life, her place and like the apartment that I remember staying at and all that stuff is I'm trying to hurry up. Her apartment that we used to stay at, it wasn't like clean. Like I remember like she's probably on the other like, don't call me out. I'm like, I don't know your last name, so you're fine. But like she would just like she had like a workout bench. I keep saying that word. Hopefully one of my old high school teacher doesn't see this because she had a workout bench, and it sometimes would have like magazines on it or books on it or clothes or something on it, and it was like kind of underneath like the, what is it called, like the what the flip flap is that, the countertop, like, you know, like the countertop that you look out into the living room with. She had some stuff over there, and then I remember she had like piles and piles of high heels, and she kind of got me into that whole love of high heels and how, you know, how to be a woman. Like I always say lately, she gave birth to the woman in me. She really did. Like, as a godmother, that was her job, to give birth to the woman in me. And I think that's exactly what God would say, and he would just walk away. Like, that's what you did. And that's basically it. But I think what other people should take from this is she didn't just teach me to have cleanliness on like my outer body. She taught me how to cleanse myself from the inside. Like, you know, she didn't have me around a bunch of like, she didn't have me around what nowadays is considered like such regular drugs. She didn't have me around like all of that. She didn't, you know, she didn't have me believe in just such a way of life that is unhappy. She didn't believe in depression. No, she didn't. She didn't believe in anxiety. She didn't believe in these things that nowadays we look at, and we look at people that have this stuff, and you see so many people nowadays, they're struggling with this, they're struggling with that, anxiety, depression, this, that, and the other thing, and they're really not struggling with it, because she taught me to have cleanliness from the soul. And I really do think that that was her. And the relationship that, the relationship that I think she had with God is literally the relationship that Marjorie Harvey and I always think that my godmother is literally twins with Marjorie Harvey, because Marjorie Harvey is somebody who they're just the same. Like, they both teach their daughters and taught their daughters those morals and those values and those beliefs. And she taught you. I mean, heck, just go look up Marjorie Harvey and Lori Harvey, and you'll see that they, you know, my godmother's relationship with God is probably Marjorie Harvey and Steve Harvey, because Steve Harvey really does look out for his kids, and he really, especially his daughters, he really does look out for his daughters, and really does take care of his daughters, and he makes sure that they, on this physical earth, they're not going to hell in any way, shape, or form. You know, he's making sure that they're virtuous women, and that they walk around this earth knowing that there's, you know, probably no one better than these people. And I often think about how like an older brother of mine could definitely benefit from Steve Harvey, because he is such a funny person, but at the same time he's so right. He's so right, and he's so on point. And my godmother is definitely quite a virtuous woman. She taught me, oh God, she taught me just how to be a virtuous woman. And sometimes I feel like she would just think that, like, how did I teach you that? Like, I almost don't remember like anything that I said. And and I just feel like you just have to understand, it's the actions that you did that taught me stuff. If it was just sitting in the car and stuff, like just doing hardly anything, like I just remember her just being a woman and not being afraid of anything. And for her to be with my father or around my father wasn't always like a good person, I guess. And she was around a lot of the spankings and stuff, and I remember she stood up for us a few times at least, but no, she stood up for herself, and she had the dignity that I think is lost nowadays. And it's lost on a lot of women, and probably men too. She had the dignity that a lot of women need to have. And also the other person that she reminds me of is Latoya Forever on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. I guess you guys can check her out. She's okay. I say she's okay because I think she's sort of picking up some millennial, like some millennial what I don't know, like just some of the things that some millennials are making mistakes on nowadays and like stuff. But Latoya Forever's mother, Deborah, that right there, oh my gosh, that's my godmother right there. I mean, so I likely think that one of my older siblings, like he's said like he's scared of my aunt, and sometimes I think like I've always been compared to my aunt as far as looks and being just similar, and we have similar taste and stuff, and we like things fancy and clean, and we like to eat chips and just like a lot of stuff, a lot of personality similarities. We like pretty stuff. We kind of flip-flop between Hadassah from the Bible, which is like very much like a celebrity. If you like celebrities, if you like glitz and glamour, but yet like such like a fun personality, that's Hadassah. And then sometimes we go to like sort of like Mother Mary and just simple and just like not like we're not asking for a lot. So I really do think Hadassah was sort of she was a kid, but she was definitely those girls in high school that was like, but what am I trying to say? I always think like, anyways, if you're scared of my aunt, my Aunt Colleen, then you would definitely be beyond scared of my godmother, because I do think that my godmother could be friends with people, but if you cross her any sort of way, or like if you just cross her in any way, like she's gonna rip you a new one, and she's not afraid to like, just like Deborah Jade, Debbie Snacks, from Latoya Forever. They're both, and also Deborah is very needed and binded to God, and she's always talking about God and always talking about the Bible, and just I'm like, that's my godmother. Her God is everything to my godmother. I mean, it's almost to the point where a relationship with God to my godmother wasn't about going to church, and it wasn't about reading your Bible, and it wasn't about because we were Roman Catholics. It wasn't about doing your rosary and like all of these things that are practices with God. it was really about her just having a relationship with God, is sitting down and just being real and not being afraid to just be an amazing like warrior woman. And I've just had to realize lately I just need to take tips from these women that have taught me these things. This video's long, but I feel like I'm gonna have to finish it real soon. But I just have to take tips from these women, that especially from my godmother, that there's nothing in this world that you can't do. And there's nothing in this world that the enemy, that the devil can tell you no and can stop you from. And like there's this movie called Divergent, and like in the movie there's Natalie Pryor, and I feel like God could point to a lot of people, but she's like doing her hair and cutting her hair, and I just remember my godmother taking time to go through my hair, to wash my body, to make sure that this and that and the other thing was clean. And she wasn't afraid to make sure that I was cleanliness enough so I could go like out in the world and just be like clean and stuff. And I was at some shindig a while back, and I was at a place that maybe fancy people you wouldn't think would go there, but like I saw this lady and she looked fairly fancy and fairly like cleaned up, and she had these two girls with her, and I just thought, okay, one of the girls probably looked like me, like sort of white skin, didn't look ethnic at all. And then the other one was like ethnic. And it's so funny because I have a cousin, Brianna, and that's such a popular name nowadays. But she was also my ethnic buddy, so it's kind of funny. But I guess I just want people to understand that, probably your purpose on this earth is to be a warrior woman. I have this thing nowadays where it's like, do you want to be like a warrior, and like take out fear and knock out fear and all of this stuff? Or do you want to be a worrier, like sit in the corner or sit on your bed and just like be like worrying and worrying and worrying and all of this stuff when like everything's fine, and like you can just be a warrior and fight off anything that is trying to tear you down? And my godmother did teach me that, and I really do think that God would want me not to just give credit to her, but to really give credit to him, because he has pushed, a lot of envelopes forward, and he's really pushed a lot of just, it's almost like a master class. I don't know why. But he's just pushed a lot of teachings forward, and he didn't let, anything get slide. And I still miss shopping with you, girl. Every time I'm like, I still miss shopping with you. Every time I see like a Ross's or like not a Michael's, I think it was called Mitchell's or something, or Marshall's. There you go, Marshall's, or just some sort of discount store, or just shopping in general, because my godmother does also remind me of Pretty and Flawed on YouTube, because Pretty and Flawed's always shopping. She's always in a grocery store. I'm like, girl, how do you be in a grocery store? And it's just like, that's what she do. But I hope I got my point across. And the godmother Christine, if you're watching this, I just hope you understand the example that you were always to me, and like you sat down and had a conversation. I don't know, did we have conversation? Yeah, I remember having conversations with her, and her, you know, kind of instilling in me the importance of waiting till marriage, and like the importance of morality, and the importance of being a virtuous warrior, never losing like your glory to the world. And you taught me the things that I think a lot of mothers need to teach their kids nowadays. And I look at you, and I look at the relationship I have with like my nieces and nephews, and I do feel like I reflect you in that, because you can't always be the person on the side that sees something and doesn't do something about it, and doesn't help that person. And you scooped me away when I needed it, and I just hope you understand that at this point in my life, I really do need somebody like you, who we can just talk on the phone for hours and just not have to worry about, oh, this person and oh, that person. And like, you really did touch my life. And sometimes I wonder, was it really her? Was it really her? Like, was it really her? Because sometimes I think it was God. But this video is so long, I could probably talk. But I just want to start a community of just talking. And I mean, me being a godmother, me being like a daughter of a godmother, like I do have methods, and I have beautiful methods on how to be a mom, and how to be, you know, a godly woman, and how to be virtuous. So I'd love to start talking about these things. And like, this video is getting super long, but yeah, let's start talking. And I hope I can like attract some people, Yeshua, because, you know, people need to hear this exceeding grace opinion. And it's about time that my godmother, being she was kind of my type. And sometimes I feel like, you know, yeah, she would, like, all those times that I spent with her, I learned a lot of tactics to push the enemy away. And like, I learned a lot of fighting tactics. And I would slip out at night, and I would go hang out with her, and I would go like, you know, hang out. So yeah, what else can I say? I don't know, you should. I think, you know, it's time for me to start a new page, Godmother. So I would love you to be in my new book. I'm tired of waiting and waiting. I feel like Belle so much, because I have this beloved Heavenly Father that my godmother helped me understand. And I just constantly watch the conversation between Marjorie Harvey and Lori Harvey. And I don't know if I want to say I get teary-eyed, but like, it just makes me feel like I'm grateful to have said that I have had somebody like Marjorie Harvey tell me that I deserve the best in this world and not the worst. You know, because what better person to be than to be a virtuous, godly warrior, you know, just a strong woman in God without trying. Like, she never tried to be anything. She just said yes to God. And we need to go shopping. That's all I have to say, God. No, man. But, you know, what am I trying to think? I don't know what else to say. I just feel like the best advice I could give to somebody is, if you want to live your best life, if you say that you love to be the title that you're at, if you love to be, I don't know, some department store person, a teacher, a grocery store person, a mother, a father, and something rather, I don't know, whatever your title is. If you like to do that, then you need to exceed that. And you know, I really do feel like we're coming into a time where God and Christ, they want to see, they want to see us, throw kindling on that fire. And if you have such a little fire going, then how are you going to stay warm? Like, how are you going to cook your marshmallows and your hot dogs and just enjoy your life? How are you going to live that best life? How are you going to, like, I'm like, it's, I really am. I just thought, like, I'm challenging you, like, Yeshua, like, it's a challenge for people, but I don't think that the game is that hard to lose at. Just, we're just gonna see, what my godmother's child can do, because it is time for me and you, Yahweh, to do what my godmother taught me to do, and to be a virtuous woman, and to be the Diana Prince that she raised. And you, Yahweh, you raised me, and not just raised me, but made me, and she raised me, and she taught me how to be a virtuous woman. And I just remember just hanging out with her, and like, she didn't have to speak or anything, and I just can tell, like, she was a virtuous woman. She loved anything with the heel, like anything with like a high heel. And I just think now, like, I love heels too. Girl, I take a picture of some or put them on the camera, but like, I just remember just picking up like all of your, not just mannerisms, but yeah, just all the mannerisms and things that you taught me without opening your mouth and saying. I know sometimes you were irritated, but I didn't pick up on that. And I didn't pick up on, anything that you think you did wrong towards me. I don't really know. I don't think laughing is that big of a deal. The devil doesn't laugh. Like, we just learned that through Sid Ross Supernatural. So it's like, the devil doesn't laugh. So saying goodbye to the devil is like the best thing you could ever do. So come hang out with me, and don't think that you're too good or too less than to talk to me. So but yeah, I still remember her love for kisses. She always loved kisses. I was like, I don't really know why, but she just did. So it was just my birthday time. Anyways, I hope I got my point across. And just being a virtuous woman, I really don't think that it costs a lot, and it just takes you waking up every day and laughing, and just laughing at nothing, and just forgetting about carnal desires, and just forgetting about just like everything that they say nowadays matters. Like, oh, like your kid matters. Well, of course the kid matters, but like, the kid's not like eating at the table. I'm like, I don't know, but I just know God placed you, Christine, in my life. And I hate saying Christine, so Godmother, in my life for a reason. And I really did need an Elizabeth. And I don't know why I keep going on. I feel like I keep saying the same stuff. But, I'm just happy, Yahweh God, that I have an example of a woman in my life. And she taught me to be amazing, probably more than I think amazing women could be. I like to think that I will probably be better than like the examples the examples out there that we have of women in the media. But I loves you and I got to go, but I really don't. So yeah. Moral of the story, be a virtuous woman. Wake up every day believing that you are worthy. You are worthy of today. You are worthy of not being weak. You are worthy of being strong. Boom. And that's also found in Christ. So I'm not giving up. That's what my grandmother taught me. You don't give up. Okay? We don't give up. And that's also trickling down from my great grandpa Barone. Because I'm sure he would be saying, I did not make the sacrifices I made for you to just give it all up just because you don't see where your life's going. You just have to try, and you have to go out in the farms around you or the grocery store or the place and this and that. So, yes, I'm grateful, great grandfather. Just understand, I also need other things. Anyways, obviously in heaven, so I'm going to go. Woohoo.